Hey yo, what up? It's your girl bewitchedfaun, coming in with episode 12 of Faun's Horror Corner, a series where I watch a random horror movie on Tubi and we talk about it. This week I watched Emelie from 2016. The description Tubi gave us was, 3 children under the care of a new babysitter start to learn very quickly that she's not there to take care of them, and is up to something worse. I didn't know what to expect from this, at all. It sounds kind of like a Saw game, but for children, so that's fun. I will give the heads up that this movie contains some somewhat disturbing, or maybe just very uncomfortable scenes in it. There was definitely a good few scenes that I had trouble watching, so viewer discretion is advised. With that out of the way, let's get into the movie. We begin with a girl walking down the street on the phone, talking about how she'll be busy babysitting. A black car pulls up and stops near her. A girl inside asks where the post office is. A man walks up, she asks him about it. The girl in the car asks if she's Anna. She says yes, and she is promptly kidnapped. The car drives off with no witnesses, and that seems to be the prologue as we get the title card. We're shown around this peaceful-looking neighborhood. Now we meet Jacob, who is being summoned by his mother. The father is on his way to pick up the new babysitter. She wipes blood off her shoes, says bye to mom, and hops in. It's just small talk happening. He gives her the rundown on the kids. They're energetic and Jacob is moody because puberty. Sally is 9 and Christopher is 4. And we cut to loud children while the mom is getting ready. Jacob gets in trouble and gets his little console taken away. Fucking oof, kid. The father pulls up as Jacob is getting hit up on the walkie-talkie from his bud Howie, and they have a chat. More importantly, Howie left a surprise in Jake's treehouse. The father and babysitter arrive, and she meets the mom. The father hugs the kids goodbye and they meet Anna. Jake is being edgy on his iPad. His dad kind of says goodbye and tells Jake to meet the sitter. Joyce is giving Anna the rundown. Sally has a hamster named Admiral Wubbles. Anna asks about phones. The kids won't be having phones until high school. More small talk until the parents are about to leave and Jake comes downstairs, brooding on the staircase. They say their goodbyes and leave. Now the kids are in Anna's hands, and she's intently watching them leave as the other kids chatter in the back. Sally and Christopher get rowdy over dress up. Jake broods on the stairs still and Anna locks the door. Jake goes back to his room, and now it's dress up time. Anna has a talk about how the kids can be whoever they want, boy or girl. They just have to pretend, and if you do it enough, you'll get really good at it. Anna approaches Jake and sits with him. She tries to bond by suggesting a violent comic book to read because his parents aren't home. You know what just clicked in my brain? She kind of looks like, Natalie Dormer. She tosses Jake his console back and walks out. Joyce feels unnerved about leaving the kids with someone new, but the dad is chillin'. Now we see dress up. Sally is Princess Petalsong, a character from a show she likes. Anna doesn't look impressed. Christopher comes in strong, and Anna is impressed. And roasts Sally. Fucking yikes. Jake joins the fun now. Anna is more impressed. Sally isn't comfortable with some of the shenanigans, but Anna says it's aight, because the parents aren't home. Chris says that Anna has to pretend too, but I mean, she already is pretending. She's a photographer and starts taking photos of everyone. Now a group photo, and gets strangely serious about Sally not smiling. Someone outside is watching the parents enjoy their anniversary dinner, and it's just a wholesome dinner scene. Now the kids want a new game. Hide and seek it is, and Jake is the seeker. The other two start finding their hiding spots. Anna is getting progressively creepier towards Jake, and then she goes off, and he keeps counting. Anna spends this time ramping up the seclusion of the house as well as snooping through belongings. She finds a case and busts it open. What's inside? No clue. But time is up and Jake is searching. He goes upstairs to look. Anna is humming nearby and Jake investigates. She yells out that he found her, but he seems unnerved by something. She keeps calling and he walks in. She's on the toilet. She asks him to find her a new tampon, and he clearly doesn't know what it is. He ends up finding them, but she needs him to open it. He does so and hands it to her. She inserts it right in front of him and leaves. This was the first scene that I had trouble watching. It was so hard to watch. It made me very, very uncomfortable, which I'm sure is like the point. Jake runs to his room. Howie in the meantime is in the treehouse trying to talk to Jake. Jake enters his closet and tells Howie he just saw his first china hole. Back to dinner. The dad brings up that they have to have the talk with Jake soon. Oof. Sally is having a meltdown over something. Anna defends Chris in the situation. Something about a cookie. Anna says there's a whole pack of cookies. Pick a different one. Jake pulls it over and agrees. There's a whole pack of cookies. He picks it up and starts licking the cookies and Anna just watches. This is the second scene I had trouble watching. It don't fucking sit right. Chris wants juice that's high up and Anna says to get it yourself, so he goes for it. Anna tells Jake that he's going to have to eat all those cookies since he licked them, so he starts fucking up them cookies. He asks for milk and Anna says nah, eat those cookies. On a different note, Chris got his juice and Anna is impressed. Anna and Chris are going to cheer up Sally and Jake is still fucking up them cookies. Kids are chatting and Anna is snooping through Joyce's jewelry and decides she likes this bracelet. Now we see the kids are painting right on the walls. Fucking yikes, dude. Jake is simping for Anna, but she isn't impressed. She's more interested in Chris. Jake asks if she wants to feed his python, but just him and Anna, not the others. She didn't like that, and now it's a group affair. Jake warms up a mouse and we meet the python. Anna mentions that in the wild, pythons are hunters and like warm living prey, and unveils the hamster. Drake deserves a special treat tonight. Sally really doesn't like this, and I can't blame her. Chris grabs the hamster and drops him in with Drake. Sally is upset, but Anna makes them all watch. Admiral Wubbles wants out. Anna, Chris, and Jake watch as Drake approaches Admiral Wubbles and attacks. Chris laughs. Jake tries to comfort and upset Sally, but Anna and Chris keep watching. Jake is now getting bad vibes from Anna. This was the third scene that I had trouble watching. This was the worst for me, honestly. I love rodents. I grew up with various rodents as pets, and oh, that scene crushed me, dude. I couldn't even look at the screen. You know that scene in Ace Ventura where that raccoon drops from the mountain? Dude, I'm a grown-ass adult. I can't even watch that. Animal scenes make me very sad. Dinner time, Joyce is unveiling a gift. It's tickets to NASCAR, 2 tickets for good seating. He wants to take his buddy, but she already expected him to take Jake instead. Now, not to go on a rant since I just went on one, but don't fucking get somebody a gift and put exceptions or expectations on it. I've encountered people like that, and it just pisses me off, man. Sally is rightfully upset, and Chris tries to cheer her up. Anna puts a VHS tape in and tells the kids it's movie time. Chris drags Sally down. Jake asks what's being watched. It doesn't sound normal, and Chris sits with Anna. Jake walks off to the bathroom and the others watch. Chris points out it's mommy, but apparently it isn't. But the dad is there, and he is not clothed. Jake brings Anna's bag to his bedroom and he dumps it out. Finds a bullet. The audio is yikes. Jake finds Anna's ID. Turns out she's not Anna. Jake is being summoned back down, and it's horrible to hear. Sally is traumatized. Jake tries to talk to Howie, but his mom answers and Howie is in trouble. She leaves before he can ask for help. Anna enjoys the home movie. Jake comes back down and sees what's on TV. He turns it off and says it's private. Anna says it's bedtime now. This was the 4th scene that I found unbearable to watch. The audio alone mixed with the kids' faces was fucking mortifying. Anna reads Chris a homemade bedtime story. It's just her backstory, so let me summarize. She had a baby and she was very happy. She worked hard to support life for her and her baby, but the baby passed away while Anna slept. She got depressed. This ruined her mental health and well-being. She met a man who was more fucked up than her, and he offered to knock her up, but either her tubes are tied or there's some reason she can't have another kid. So now the two are on the hunt for a new child, but it has to be just right. The story isn't finished yet. She yells for bedtime. Jake is getting changed and Sally notices the open case. She points out that the father's gun case is open for them to grab. Jake tells Sally that she is no babysitter. She's done some fucked up things and her name isn't even Anna. Anna sends a text to her man saying she found her baby. Jake tells Sally that her name is Emelie, and then she walks in and asks who that is, and notices the gun in Jake's hand. He calls her out and holds the gun up, but she plays dumb. She tells him to shoot her. Chris comes running in, and Jake hides the gun. But Emelie ain't playing, and she tells him to give her the gun. Chris takes it instead and is being playful. He holds it right up to her. She says, "Give mommy the gun." He pulls the trigger, but nothing was loaded. She really liked that. Weird flex, but okay. The doorbell gets rung and Emelie shits herself basically. She tells the kids to not say anything about the games they've played and that she's been nice. Jake says, "No the fuck you haven't," and then gets slapped. The kids are told to stay put and be quiet. She goes to answer the door, but first she's gotta load that gun. The door opens. She's asked who she is. She says the babysitter, but this is Maggie and she knows that's not the babysitter. She hasn't heard from Anna at all and came by to check in. Jake starts writing something. Emelie starts bullshitting about Anna getting sick, but Maggie wants to see the kids. So Emelie goes to get them. She texts her man 911, which I'm sure is code for shit has gone tits up. Emelie basically says, act normal and nothing bad happens to Maggie. Maggie can clearly tell that the vibe is off, and the group tries to act normal. Maggie gets a text from Anna suddenly saying that she's sick and canceled, so Maggie gets ready to leave, but they beg her to stay. Sally runs out and hugs her. She goes to her car, knowing the vibes are off. She pulls out the paper and it's the kids asking for help. Emelie comes in hot and Maggie is down, and now is being dragged into the house, and she's looking rough. She makes a blue concoction and tells the kids to drink it down. Jake is clearly skeptical. She starts hurting Sally to make him drink, and she drags the kids to bed. Back to dinner. They're splitting dessert, and Joyce realizes she never checked in on Anna. Jake tries to make himself puke and gives his plant some bonus nutrients, and then hops into bed. And Anna makes sure he's out cold. And now he's sneaking over to the phone, but there's a call and he listens in. It's his mom checking in. Emelie is packing Chris's things up as she speaks to her. After the call, she shuts down all the power in the house and goes back to Chris's room. All while the man is watching the parents still. She sends a text and grabs Chris and her bag of things. She sets Chris down and grabs a pillow and holds it over Jake's face, but he isn't there. He's running to the treehouse. He meets with Howie, who has a bunch of fireworks. He gives Howie the rundown, and Emelie tells her man that they need more time. Now, Maggie's waking up. The parents grab a taxi in the meantime. Maggie attacks Emelie and now they're fighting. Jake hears the commotion and he is armed with a bat. A crack is heard and Emelie seems to have won the fight, but she is very hurt. Good on you, Maggie. Duct tape solves everything. Okay, don't mind my attention to detail, but we have that sink in our apartment and it's a terrible design for a sink. Do you know how hard it is to wash big pots and pans in a sink like that? We don't even have like the little sprayer on the side. That sink design can suck a fat one. Emelie notices Howie in the treehouse and the parents are riding home. Jake is trying to move Sally and Chris. The parents abruptly get hit by a car. Jake is still moving his siblings and the parents check on the other car. Jake puts his brother in the trash can, which is funnier than it should be. The driver of the other car is out cold on the ground. Not looking great. Jake is moving through the house and trips over Maggie and realizes she is very dead. Emelie yells down at him that she told him this would happen and she has Sally. But Sally isn't what she wants. She wants Chris. She drops something down the laundry chute and offers a trade. Sally for Chris. It looks like a bloody backpack was what was dropped. The cops inform the parents that the guy was dead on impact. The vehicle was stolen and he has no ID and was alone in there. The cop offers to bring the two home. Emelie moves Sally outside and Jake watches. She starts calling for Jake and he rolls the trash bin over. She runs and opens it and gets a face full of fireworks. Rightfully deserved. He takes the opportunity to grab Sally and get her away. Joyce notices something is very wrong. Anne isn't answering and the home phone isn't working. The trunk of the crashed car gets opened and there's a dead girl in the trunk. The driving cop is informed that Anne was found in the trunk. The parents mention that that's their sitter and they need to get home. Emelie starts crawling away and Jake locks his siblings into his dad's car and gets it started. Helmet on, he opens the garage door and Emelie is right there. She holds up the gun and tells him to get out, but he backs up and runs her over. Rightfully deserved. This kid is a baller and drives further down the road. He ends up meeting up with his parents and it's wholesome seeing them reunited. The whole neighborhood is there and more cops arrive. The other kids are awake and the hell is over. Even Howie is okay. Emelie's bag is found, but it doesn't seem she herself is there. The final scene is Emelie limping away, but now she is truly alone. Let's get into my afterthoughts. Okay, so this movie was crazy. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect, but the somewhat disturbing and very uncomfortable movie that was unfolded before me was not what I expected at all. And I mean that in a good way. Let's get into my talking points. What did I think of the story? Jesus fucking Christ, I didn't expect how this story would go. I figured she was just gonna kidnap a kid since that girl got kidnapped, and then it just kept like unfolding, and I felt like I was watching a book that I would read in my spare time and wouldn't want to put down. Like, you get that sense of dread just right from the beginning, and I thought the story was told really well. What did I think of the ending? The fact that all of the kids are okay and the family was reunited was wholesome and makes me happy, but I will eternally be sad about Admiral Wubbles and he will live on in my memories. But as for Emelie, while it would have been cool to see her get wrecked, I mean, it's also satisfying that she just made her life way fucking worse. Like, she has no child, no man, she left that house truly alone in life now, and honestly, I think that punishment for her is worse than death. Overall thoughts? This was crazy. I couldn't take my eyes off it, and the scenes that were uncomfortable were well done in the sense of like, they didn't show anything crazy at all, but the acting was so good and it sold the dread and uncomfortable feelings that it made it hard to watch. And I mean that in the best way possible. The story was crazy and twisty and the ending was perfect. Like, I really can't complain. This is something I'm not sure I would have even picked out myself to watch either. So I'm kind of grateful for this series where I watch random things that like I wouldn't pick on my own. Favorite kill? That one douchebag that was never named that died from the car crash. Suck my ass, dude. You're just as bad as Emelie. Best and worst character? That was Jake. His character had to grow up too fast, unfortunately, but he really evolved well and I was rooting for him. And worst was Emelie, obviously. Her actress gets major props because she played that villain so insanely well. She really unnerved me. In the tier list, I think I'm putting this up high. It was shot well, the story was crazy, the acting was good, even by the children. I think this is a hidden gem. Character Hall of Fame. Admiral Wubbles has made it in. He deserved better, and it still makes me sad because I love animals and rodents will always have a soft spot in my heart as I grew up with them as pets. Well, that's it. We survived the movie and made it through my afterthoughts. If you want to watch this movie, I will link it in the description. It is free to watch on Tubi, and I recommend it and will always suggest that you watch these and form your own thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think if you give it a watch. My socials are linked down below as well, and that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. A new episode will be out next week, and I hope to see you there. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do what you want. I can't tell you what to do. Stay safe and spooky, y'all.